I've been wanting to start something new on my channel for a while now, and I'm only just getting to it now, but I'm glad to be here. I get lots and lots of really fantastic questions from all of you on email. Well, not all of you, but a lot of you send me really good questions on email, and I do my best to reply to them all. Some of the questions are so good that I think they're worthwhile sharing for everybody's benefit. I don't have all the answers to every soap making question, but every time I get a question and I don't know the answer, I'll do some more research and I'll definitely try my best to share my thoughts and what knowledge I do have with people. So I've been saving these questions and I'm going to start, when I can, recording these videos, Q&A videos, and I'll share them. So the first one is a really good question, and I get this kind of question a fair bit, and this one comes from Beck and it was on an email. Beck says, "Hi Ellie, I'm really enjoying your videos and I'm looking forward to my soap and sourdough making experience. I have one question about lye. Is it a natural, good for you skin product? I just worried with all the PPE, the personal protective equipment, and the highly corrosive nature of lye. Is there anything else you can use to make soap without lye? Or what did the original Babylonian people use to make their soap bars?" So my response to that question has a few parts to it. The first part is that at a very basic level, you need some kind of lye to saponify with oils to make soap. If we're talking about a traditional soap, then some kind of lye is always involved. And through history, that's how soap has always been made. Today, in modern times, we have sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, and those are the most commonly used lye types or hydroxides that are used to saponify the oils and fats in soap making. There are other lye types that would have been used throughout history, and some are used today as well. An example I can think of is African black soap, which I've never made, but I'd love to try a version of it someday. But it's made with, usually, from what I can gather, mined potash, actually mined from underground. The other common lye type is ashes from hardwood. There are a few videos on YouTube about how to make soap from wood ashes. You can check those out. That would have been a traditional lye type that would have been used. So I don't know exactly what lye type ancient soap makers would have used. Probably most likely that it started with wood ashes of some sort. I think that's probably how it started. Now, the next part of this response is really about what is natural. This is really tricky because the word natural doesn't have any regulations around its use, and people use the term natural to apply to all sorts of products that, you know, really whether or not they are natural is a matter of opinion. And if you want to look at modern hydroxides that are used to saponify oils to make soap, you know, the sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide that I use in my soap making, they are commercially made ingredients. They are not naturally mined or harvested ingredients. I don't actually know how they're made, but I don't know whether I would call those natural ingredients. Like, they're used in commercial cleaning type applications. They're used for all sorts of things. We all know that caustic soda it's a very harsh cleanser on its own, but it can be used to make soap with. So whether or not I call my soaps that are made with commercially made sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, whether or not I call those natural is really up to me, and whether or not they are natural or not is up to your opinion. Obviously, when the oils and the fats in your soap bars are fully saponified, many people consider them safe to use and a fairly natural product, and human beings have been using saponified fats and soap in various forms for millennia. Whether or not that's actually safe for our skin, I don't know. Lots of dermatologists, as some of you well know, would actually say to you, don't use soap on your skin. It's too drying. The pH is too high. It's not the best. It's better off to use a synthetic detergent product that has a lower pH. So, you know, it's up for grabs, really, what you want to do with it and where you decide to sit in terms of your decision making about whether or not you want to use soap on your body and whether or not you consider it a natural product. My thinking is that it has been used in human civilization for such a long time. I think the invention of soap making has probably helped humanity more than it has hindered it in terms of introducing ways to improve hygiene and reduce disease and things like that. So I think from that perspective, it's a good thing. Also, one of the big reasons why I make my own soap is for environmental reasons. I hate using products from the supermarket that comes in these, you know, plastic bottles and pump packs that just get thrown away. Whereas if I make my soap, I can buy my olive oil in a tin that at least I can recycle when it's used up. All of the packaging, I can try and minimize that as much as possible. So that's my take on it. It's not a straight answer, unfortunately. It's pretty much a pretty complicated answer that really everybody has to make their own decision about. I guess my main point is that, you know, this idea that we're using natural products on our skin. Lots of really dangerous substances are considered natural. So don't let this term natural be something that decides whether or not something is good for you or not. So I hope that was useful to some of you, and thanks again to Beck for asking such a great question. I've got a whole lot of other questions lined up. I'm just going to keep kind of answering whenever I get a chance. I'm really keen to share more recipe videos this year. I've got a few favorites that have kind of been on my list for a long time that I'd like to do. And I want to do more hot process and liquid soap recipes this year, so that'll be fun. Anyway, take care everybody. I'll see you in the next video.